Alright, welcome back. Aku dah pening Malay, English, pakai dua-dua. Selamat kembali, welcome back to MYDCF Day 2. We are still at KLCC, Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, Hall 7. Datanglah guys, free je nak masuk. You can see me bercakap dalam kotak podcast kita orang sebelah stage. You can go to our booth and you can meet a lot of talented creators, some of which are inside this booth right now. So guys, semalam kita dah bercakap dengan siapa tu? Semalam kita bercakap dengan Jay Lim from Monkido. Kita dah cakap dengan Wee from Bichimao. Tadi kita dapat cakap dengan Faza Myong from Sijuki. So today we have special guest, dua orang. We have Crystal. Say hi, Crystal.
Hi.
Oh, bit closer. You have to be a bit more. So shy, yeah. Fitting the name, shy, yeah. And then we have, so she's the artist and founder of the Bunmeo.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we have Paul.
Hello.
So Paul is the kind of, he told me, this is not me, sort of co-founder of the Bunmeo.
Okay.
So first things first, can you tell us a bit about what the Bunmeo is all about? Like what does it even mean, Bunmeo?
So the Bunmeo is the short form of the Bunny Romeo.
Okay.
So like it's our plush,
So
like
cute.
Romeo, yeah.
So like, I don't know if the camera can see. So comel, very cute, capybara. Are you guys selling this right now?
This is
no,
our
it's not yet.
sample.
Okay. Baru nak beli. Alright, so they have the Bunny Romeo is the name of the Bunmeo. Okay, so what is the inspiration behind it? Why did you choose the bunny? Why is he a Romeo? Cuba cerita sikit. Try telling a bit of the story of it.
So I started this account to remember my late Bunny Romeo. Yeah, so I adopted him about like maybe 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, then he was like quite a special like figure in my life. Yeah, so I decided to like create this account to try remember him.
So you started drawing cartoons in honor of your bunny called Romeo.
Yeah.
I would not have known that. When I saw the Bunny Romeo, in my head it's like, is he a suave, flirty rabbit? Is he?
Yeah.
No,
I
not in
think the character actually, because like the character Romeo is based off my actual bunny. Then he's actually quite flirty lah.
Really?
Like
The bunny itself?
Yeah, he's very extroverted as a bunny. Yeah.
How many girlfriends dia dapat he has?
I guess 2. Like got different like I adopted different like bunnies for him.
Alright.
Yeah.
So but that is the story behind the Bunny Romeo. What about the friends? We have this like capybara. What's the story behind the capybara and all the other characters? Where the inspiration you got from for these characters?
For the other character, the cat one,
Alright.
his name is called Mew Mew.
Okay.
And he's inspired by a stray cat that I really like, and then he's very friendly also.
So some of them are based off of animals that you've yourself met?
Most of them based off like pets and like animals that I've met. And then for the capybara, I've not like...
I was about to wonder, do you have a pet capybara? I want to know where you get it.
She's trying to find her.
That one, because I found capybaras very cute. Then there was a recent trend, I think like last year, where capybaras was like very popular.
So you created a capybara character.
Yeah, and also it's like loosely based off of him. But like like loosely based on him, like the personality when we draw him.
This is how she sees you, a capybara. You can claim royalty. Okay. So the topic for today, we're talking a bit about sketches to Snuggles, because we can see physically we're talking about it. It started off as a page comic, and now it's moving towards something like snuggle buddy, plushie. So can you walk us through we don't really know, and some of the listeners maybe not know, how was it to you when you turned the sketches and your stories into this tangible product, like something like a plushie? How was the process for you? Was it simple to find? Was it something a bit of a challenge?
For me, cause I used to study product design, so I was quite, I guess, like I knew how to 3D model things and do like 3D print stuff. So I was really interested in like 3D products. Yeah, and then recently I'm studying graphic design. So I started off the account on Instagram. So for that one, I just started off with like sketches first. Because if we were to make like physical items like this, it's very expensive, like the sample cost. So we started off with sketches first, and then we just I experimented with the style. And then after I found like a certain style that I like, I just continued drawing in that style. And after we gained an audience, then we started making tangible products like stickers. Then from there slowly become like plush toys. Yeah, because we need like the capital. So
I see. And then why did you pursue this into like a business? Yeah, I know it started off as a memorial, a passion project. Why? How? I wouldn't just want to know why lah. How did it evolve into something that you want to kind of pursue as a? Would I call this your full-time job, like with the Bunmeo?
Currently it's like part-time because we are still university students.
Oh, okay. So still studying.
Yeah, so we
both are taking product design. Still?
I'm taking graphic design.
Graphic
now,
design.
yeah.
And Paul?
Food technology.
Sorry?
Food technology.
Food
Like
technology.
manufacturing,
Yeah.
all this stuff. Yeah.
Are these edible? No? Okay.
One day.
One day. I'd rather not, but okay. Sorry, excuse me. So how did this become something of a side thing for you guys?
I would say it started off like cause of Instagram, right? Then some of our followers asked for like stickers of our art. So I said like okay, I just tried to create stickers and then it sold relatively well like for our first launch. Then from there it slowly like expanded because we thought actually we can earn like a bit of income from this. So it's like our part-time job.
I see. So
Yeah.
Paul, what's your role in throughout this? She designs the characters and whatnot, or what do you do?
I'm just the Excel sheet guy, bro.
The what? Sorry?
The Excel sheet guy, so I tabulate the numbers, make sure we make money back, that kind of thing.
So like the manager, the behind the
Sort of.
scenes. All sort of. I think. No, but like
The background stuff, like,
yeah, so
essentially.
she'll be the creative side, and you're more on the management, the business side.
I would say that, yeah. And then the stock management, the product count, all that. Yeah, I'll manage all
So
that.
that management lah.
Yeah, sorry lah.
Take how you say pride lah.
It's my job.
Yeah, it's your job. I mean, it's your side job. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes.
So how you say the Bunmeo, the bunny, right? So how did you come up with the idea of the character? What I mean is that the characteristics of the Bunmeo himself, how he interacts with all the other characters. How did that come about?
So it's based off my pet bunny, right? Then I took like most of the characteristics and personality from my pet bunny, because I found him very special, like my bunny, because as compared to other bunnies, he's more extroverted. Because normally bunnies are very shy, they're very timid. So he's very extroverted, and then he kind of he's very friendly to everybody, even to like strangers. So for my character, I tried to make him more like friendly also. So it's like matches the personality.
I see.
Yeah, and then cause some of the characters are based off like my other pets also. So the way he interacts with them is how like the character will interact with other my other characters.
Very interesting. So it's still basically based off of Romeo, who is a special rabbit lah. That how you say, a bit more extroverted. You say, that's very cool, very cool. And how do you keep the Bunmeo, kind of a bit relevant in this very fast-paced digital world? Because I got to talking to Faza from Sijuki, right, and he's been doing it for 14 years for his cartoon and animation and illustrations, and he says that he had to learn things from the current generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, things like, and he has to understand because he wants to make the character relevant because Sijuki is 20 years old forever. So how does Bunmeo stay kind of relevant with the times, the era? Is there anything you need to tweak? Anything you need to research before you have to do the stories and whatnot?
Actually, I think before I started this account, I already followed like a lot of creative accounts. So technically, I did like research before this. But because of how fast-paced our society is, I also wanted this account to be more of like a wholesome and safe space. So it's a bit more slow-paced as compared to other accounts.
So it doesn't really adapt the more recent trend, no? So
like
it's just
previously we did try to adapt more trends, but I feel like it didn't match our brand. Yeah, that it felt a bit like just
a
to
bit
grab
forced.
attention. Yeah, so
for you it feels forced. So you try to keep Bunmeo in a certain, how you say, style, certain storyline that he doesn't really go into the other side.
We try to create like our own like world for him in a way. That's why we create like a house for him. Then like the art that I draw is mainly like him going on different adventures. So it's like a different world. Yeah.
So, would you say who your target audience really? Like, have you really checked who exactly do you resonate well with? Kids, adults, young adults?
I would say I thought it would be kids, but surprisingly it's more of like people around our age, which is like young adults. Yeah, like in Singapore when we have booth events, I think mostly young adults.
Would you say the story kind of fits for that? Because I haven't really like fully read any like Bunmeo. I saw maybe a couple of times. I can see it, whenever I see posters about events, right? So like the stories, are those the ones that drive people, or is it more because they're very adorable characters? Did any of your fans kind of explain that? It's like, oh, I fall in love with Bunmeo because he's cute, or I fall in love with Bunmeo because I relate so much to his story. Any of those kind of things?
I think it varies from person to person, but there are some customers, especially for booth events, so they will see our store as like a cute shop at first, then maybe after they follow us, then they realize like, oh, actually there's like a story behind it.
Is there like a, how I say, is there like a big growth for the Bunmeo on like Instagram and all that after an event? Meaning like, were people more attracted to the cutesiness first and then story, or story first and then cutesy, would you say? Like after an event, do you see like, oh, a lot more followers?
Yeah.
Or so during events is your the place where you really push?
Actually, I think not really events. It's more of, I guess if a post does very well, then people will be curious. Then they'll click into the like profile to see like, oh, like who is this person?
So a lot of growth from the digital side.
Yeah, I think more on digital side.
Okay. So how has there been like an evolution? How long has Bunmeo actually been around?
About 3
COVID,
to
so
4
2019.
years. 3 to
5
4
years. 2019.
Got so
Your
long.
first post was COVID.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
I feel like everybody's just lost of time.
Yeah.
Like, when was COVID? I don't remember. Okay, so 2019, 2020-ish. So
Yeah,
about
around
4 or
there.
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. That's actually quite a long time still. How I say, you already talked about the relevance. What are the challenges actually to how we say growing the brand from COVID all the way to now where we can have physical? So what would you say is the challenges that you face with the Bunmeo?
I guess during COVID it felt easier in a way to grow because everybody was online. Yeah, so when you post things, then I felt the algorithm will boost our post more. But then currently, I would say we will have to try and like see like current trends and also like research what is still relevant. Like for example, like the capybara, recently there's a trend. Yeah, so we will have to try and like keep up also with the trends.
And on Paul's side, like, how hard was it to follow? Because, for example, I was talking to Jay Lim from Monkey Do, shout out. So she said that she has to really play around a bit with algorithm. At one point, because Instagram changes from photos to videos and now reels, shorts. So how hard was it for you guys to adapt? So I'm asking this to Paul because you managed to, like, so the SEO, all that. How was it as a challenge, or did you guys just kind of plow through, kind of like, I don't care what the algorithms say, I'm just gonna do this?
So personally, right, I prefer that kind of freestyle thinking. Like what we do is what we do, but as you know, right, algorithm stuff is very annoying. So I noticed that the only way we can stick to our brand while still matching what the algorithm wants is like volume and speed. Yeah. So the thing about that is very difficult for her. Not on my side. My side is very simple. Just pack, ship, pack, ship, pack, ship. But for her, she has to draw up new things, come up with new concepts. And then every week, she tries her best to post every few days. But it's quite difficult to balance it with school, work, and then making her grades good in school also. And then learning new things in school while also maintaining the business. Yeah, so to answer your question, there's not really much challenge for me. Because I'm just there. I'm just the guy that's
like
making
that.
sure everything happens in the back. Yeah.
I see.
But for her, she overlooks a lot of things. Like a lot of the problem is speed and production.
Fun. So before we continue to the next one, I just want to remind our listeners, our viewers, we are currently at MYDCF at Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, Hall 7. Masuk percuma. You guys can walk right in. But if you want to go to Hall 5, Level Up Play, you have to buy a ticket. So be fast. If you're not, you're going to miss out on a lot of things. We've got Bushy Road and the others. I don't fully remember who's down there. I haven't even had time. I'm always stuck in here. Guys, help me, please. And you guys, where's your booth located? Like, do you remember the
D027.
D027. So you guys can also visit the Bunmeo at D027, Hall 7, MyDCF, KLCC. So go there. You guys can see their work in progress. Very cute, very cutesy. It's not for sale yet. But what is in your booth right now? Stickers.
This one is for sale.
Oh, that one is
Yeah.
for sale.
This
So
one-
the new ones. Okay. So stickers, all that you're saying
Yeah,
there. And then if you want a
stationery
thing
and all
signed,
that.
maybe you guys can go over there. So and you guys also can drop by our booth, seeNI, take a photo, do some stuff. See you guys. All right. So back to the questions. So how has the Bunmeo evolved? So 5 years. Not that long in the long term, but still quite a sum of time. How has the Bunmeo evolved since you started, and like any moments that you remember, like, oh, this is the transition from A to B?
I would say the art style has changed quite a bit. So when he said 2019, right, I think that was the very, very start.
Yeah.
So I was still like trying with the styles and all. Then I would say I only found a style that I really liked maybe about 2-3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like mainly the style change. And then also cause I'm still in school, then sometimes I'll learn new things and then I will try to incorporate them into our items.
I see. So you, Bunmeo is constantly evolving with all the new things that you are learning. Speaking of school, how do you balance it? Like as Paul already said, you kind of overlook a few things here and there, right?
Yeah.
So how do you balance being a student, which is already a challenge, and then plus the drawing, and then designing, and then being in booths and events? How do you balance those two?
Oh, I guess we have to make sacrifices also. So either like maybe we have to skip school. Like for example, yeah.
Shout out
skip
your
school.
teachers if they're watching this. She's skipping school, guys.
Yeah, like for this event, like we both have to skip.
Oh my God!
Go to school.
Confession. Apologize to your teachers.
Sorry.
Alright, so you have to kind of try to find time
Yeah.
leeway.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds very, how to say it, challenging lah juga.
Yeah.
How about the cost side? Since this is a part-time thing, so like, how do you manage the cost of production, for example, or events, travel, and all that? How does that work for you? Either of you can answer lah.
You said cost?
Yeah, the cost. Yeah.
So everything will be covered by the business. Like we have a separate account naturally, right? So we try our best to make sure we do the most frugal ways. Like for example, going to the cheapest place to stay, that kind of thing. We also stay for only as long as we need. Like for example, after this event, right, we're gonna fly off already.
So like tomorrow, done?
Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Oh, so just not even like time to even relax or like travel.
yeah.
It's
So-
just immediately.
Like a lot of people, like from our class, they think like we go overseas, we have fun, we take photos and stuff.
I mean,
like
it's
that.
still fun,
I
but
mean,
like
yeah, it's enjoy.
it's work fun, right? It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oh, we have time to go and sightsee and all lah.
exactly,
I see. Yeah, so that's very, very, how to say, understandable lah, because being a student still, and cost is especially lah.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you go here, Malaysia, food very cheap.
Food is great here. Also.
So you guys from Singapore, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, making sure. So how's the traffic when you guys come here? Oh, we fly.
Yeah, we took plane.
Okay lah.
Yeah, because we actually had like a class before this, like before coming to set up. Yeah, so like right after my class, I just like went to the airport already.
Alright. So, how do you engage with your customers, your fans? How you build your community? How important is the community for Bunmeo?
Community.
Yeah.
Your answer.
Was
Yeah,
Alright, so,
community side. Yeah. How do you grow the community? How do you engage with them? Like, oh, we really enjoy your product A or your plushie. Maybe you can do it a bit chubbier or a bit bigger. So, how do you engage with that? How important is community feedback to your comics, to your products? If you can share with me a bit of insight on that.
So there's two categories of community for us. One is the audience, our customers, our supporters and stuff like that, right? Then the other category is other creators also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for the second category, right, I don't know, like there's an off-screen group of people that are like, just now, they were making a lot of noise outside and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So I guess for that section, right, we have to make sure that what we do doesn't offend other artists. Like we don't cut price too much, or like we
you
make
play
sure.
the market as is.
Yeah,
Like
we
you're not
play
trying to
market.
undercut anybody.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, fine.
And then also we have to make sure that we maintain our friendships, all that kind of thing. Make sure that
Networking.
networking.
Very important. Yeah, networking, guys, very important.
Very important. And then for the first category, the more important category is customers, right? We always keep our DMs open, and we have an open chat in our website. We also are trying to implement a chatbot. I'm not sure how to do that, but I'm trying. So we make sure that we try to reply as quickly as possible. We think that customer service is the most important part of our business, because if anyone is unsatisfied, then that's our business at
Your
risk.
brand, yeah.
Exactly. Our brand at risk.
So like, you want? I thought she was gonna say something. So, is there any plans to expand on like the Bunmeo's offerings? What you have like the first plushie, and then you have these guys coming. Any timeline for these guys, or it's still like not yet?
We are designing the house.
So not yet. So they'll be released with the house.
Yeah, around maybe 2 months. I would say 1 to 2 months.
Right. So that's like the rough estimate.
Yeah, we're planning to do like pre-orders online.
So like these are your upcoming.
Yeah.
So any other plans besides them, or is it like these are done, then we'll figure it out?
We have like other events in other countries. Like upcoming one is like next week we're going to Melbourne.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're like trying to expand our audience also. And then for character IP wise, we're trying to do more collaborations with other brands also.
So like any collabs that you can remember recently, a big collab?
I think our biggest one was with Soleil Studio. So it's a Singapore photo strip company. It's like a Korean photo booth.
Photo
Yeah,
booth.
you know those like 4
So
cut
like
strip.
they can have like how you say stickers or
Yeah,
so the Bunmeo
we designed
frame.
the frame of it. Yeah, and then we had like, because they have like physical shops in Singapore, and then we designed like frames and posters for that. Then there was I think it was like 1 month timeline.
I see.
Like duration, yeah.
I mean, that's still fine. Any plans for like collabing with any like Malaysian companies?
Maybe we are open to it because it's our first event in Malaysia.
Oh, this is
also.
your first time?
Yeah,
Oh,
first
okay,
time.
welcome. I would say you're welcome. Cakap macam I'm the ambassador of Malaysia now. Welcome to the event. And so far, as you're looking through your community, right?
Yeah.
So like, is there a big following of the Bunmeo in Malaysia? I'm just curious about that. Or
Actually,
still something you're still
not
exploring?
very sure yet, but then surprisingly we have followers like coming up to us, and then
Like at the booth, just
and then some of them said they come here like just for us, which is like very very sweet. Yeah.
Okay, so you do have a follower base, but you're not sure of the size of the Malaysian. Okay, faham. So to those yang minat the Bunmeo at home, jangan lepaskan peluang. Datang ke KLCC Hall 7. Mereka ada di sini sampai esok je tau. They're not staying for long. They're going to Melbourne next week. So guys, come and meet the Bunmeo. Alright, so done shout out. So speaking of, we were talking about like balancing life as student and this. How do you stay motivated? 5 years, still quite a long time. And I've known people who start maybe a year and then they're done with something. So how do you stay motivated? To run the business, to run the comic strips?
I guess because like my account is based off like my pets, and also based a lot on like the inspirations are from my friends or the things I do at my personal life. So it just like I get inspiration almost every day, I guess. Like even when like let's say I eat something here or what, that I feel like maybe it's very nice, that I will draw like something related to it. Yeah.
Ever had any of your friends be like, hey, I have a funny idea for a comic?
Have.
Have you and how do you do with those ideas? Like, do you actually try to make it a comic, or do you kind of like, oh, it's okay, I prefer your own ideas?
Depends on what they suggest. Because I have some friends who suggest like quite funny things. I'm like, okay, then I'll draw that. And then I think there was a recent post that did quite well, and it was suggested by a friend. Yeah, but then if let's say it doesn't align with the brand or like the values, then I will just tell them like I'll think about it. But I won't like outright say also.
Being
just, like,
diplomatic,
yeah,
but I'll think about it
Yeah.
for the next ever.
Yeah.
Alright, so just to know a bit what are some of the important lessons you've learned since starting the Bunmeo? As work-life balance, or like, you can share with the listeners.
I guess networking is very important, because when I first started out, I was like I'm very very introverted.
Yeah,
so
I no offense, but I can see that a bit more shy lah.
Yeah, then like initially at the start, like I didn't even really want to talk to people. So when customers came to my booth, I just like stand there and so still trying.
I would talk to them.
Yeah, still trying to like.
So nowadays still something you're working on.
Yes.
So how does it feel to be? I would say, not a star, but like somebody with a following. Like when people come, be like, hey, I love the Bunmeo. Or, hey, Crystal, so they're so cute, and they come over there with. How does that feel for you? Like, is it overwhelming? Is it something you're like, how does it feel?
Sometimes it doesn't register in my head because like I will post things on stories. Then after that, people will be like, oh yeah, I saw that on your story. Then I'll be like, oh yeah, like like people view my stories. That kind.
A lot of you just see the story.
Yeah.
And then Paul, how about you? Are you as well known as Crystal, or is it more like, hey, it's Crystal and
that guy.
And that guy.
Crystal tends to walk a lot during the booth events, right?
So she goes around.
Yeah, she goes around, meets new people. So there's that split second where people come up to me and like, are you the artist? That it feels kind of good.
I can pretend.
Yeah, it's me. Then I break it to them and then they come back in 5 minutes. That kind of thing. Yeah, if it's nice, cause even if it's not my work, it's the work of someone that I really care about. So it's nice to see people appreciate what she does.
I see. So, you really enjoy the role of the supporting role. I can feel that. I can feel that. Sometimes, while we don't want the spotlight on us, we like it when we can get somebody else. They have the thing that people want. Let's help them.
Very happy for
any advice that either of you can give to aspiring artists, aspiring entrepreneurs who are looking to maybe start their own the Bunmeo, their version lah, to start a comic strip page or to start their making products. Any word of advice that you give?
I guess from a designer's perspective, I would say like just if you are thinking of like posting your art, like just do it. Cause I think the hardest step is like the first step, which is to just like post it and get it out there. Cause even for me personally, I always like overthink. Then I'll ask myself like, is this good enough to like sell or to like create, to draw? Yeah, then I guess we're our like own enemy in a way. Yeah, like for artists, we always overthink.
Yeah, because I feel that lah. Because sometimes there's always days of like, this could make a funny video. I've never posted anything. So Paul, how about on your side, as somebody who managing the business side, the background side, what would you say advice to these artists and aspiring entrepreneurs?
For us, one of our biggest problems was that we treated it as a little hobby at the start. So we couldn't get our numbers. Like, we don't know what people actually like, so we couldn't see the analytics and stuff like that. So I would suggest for anyone that's trying to start out, go, not say all in, but make sure that you do it professionally and make sure that you look at it as a prospect of your actual full-time job in the future.
I see.
Yeah, so the roots are the most important.
So speaking of, would you say you're aiming for this to be a full-time thing, or still you're planning? So once you guys finish studying, you'll be like, okay, full on 100% time on for the Bunmeo.
Yeah.
All right, that's very, how you say, aspiring. That's very brave lah, because we as a society, I don't know much about Singaporean society, but Malaysian society, we have this belief that work, career must be a certain thing. Full time, consistent paychecks, and I get it's good to have stability, but things like gig economy, things like what you guys are doing are not exactly, I wouldn't say not promoted as much lah. But at the same time, nowadays we have a lot of kids going, I want to be a creator, but they don't understand the challenges that come from wanting to be creators, because they think it's easy. You get to travel, you get to eat and meet people and whatnot. But then once you actually have to keep consistent, keep disciplined, keep being passionate, it becomes this chore, and a lot of people will stop. So good to hear that you guys are planning this for now and also for the future. So I hope to see bigger things from you guys. So I think that's pretty much all the time we have. We have a saying in Malay. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this. It says masa mencuburi kita. So time is jealous of us. Our time here is almost up. So I would say thank you so much for coming. Is this your first time being interviewed like this, or have you been interviewed like this before?
Another one. There was one more prior. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
She already forgot. She already forgot her interview. It's okay. I get it. So I think that's all the time we have. So meet them at booth D027 if you want to see any of their merch. They have that merch and also prototypes to see and view. Very cute. If you want to meet the artists, maybe Crystal will be there. According to Paul, she walks around a lot. Maybe Paul will be there, and you guys can get things signed or take a picture with him. I don't know. So welcome. We're at MYDCF Hall 7, Entry is free. Datang. If you want to go to Level Up Play, you can still buy tickets. Sementara tiket masih ada. If not, you will be missing out. So don't forget, you can see us at the seeNI podcast booth as well. We'll be here today and also tomorrow. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.